Hello, 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 hello. So, hi everyone. I'm Rachit. You all must know me. I graduated from IIT ROPAR in 2019. Following that, I have been working in mern stack, MERN, mern stack, basically in the backend side. So, this session will also be in the backend side, in the basics of Node.js. That's what we are going to discuss today. Let me share my screen and then we can begin. Yes. So you will learn new ways to learn today. And I want this session to be very interactive. So, okay. So the first question is, what is Node.js? Can anyone answer this without seeing chat GPT's answer? What is Node.js? Can anyone answer that?
Node.js is basically environment which
Okay.
use V8 engine. By
Yeah.
using this, environment, we can create a server. Using
Okay.
Express, we can design our backend to
Okay.
create an API.
Okay. So you were almost correct. Yes. Yeah. That's the right answer. But the correct answer is Node.js is JavaScript runtime built on V8 JavaScript engine. The engine which is built on Google Chrome's engine. I mean, React also runs on that. Other libraries also utilize that. So similarly, Node has utilized the same. So basically, what Node does is it allows you to run the JavaScript code on server side. So you can write script on server side, you can run code on server side. Everything you have done till now on the web browser side, you can now do it on the server side. So does everyone understand what is server side? Hello.
Yeah, so server side, like basically you mean whatever the routing we are creating on the backend side. Am I correct? So that will only render once that environment will run on a server, and once we hit on a API, it will fetch the data
Yes,
from the
yes,
server.
yes. So basically, what server means in basic Node.js servers mean we take out HTTP module from the node and create a server from it using Node basics. That is the server of Node.js. Now you can send request on it, and it can also return response. Basic Node.js without using Express.js. Okay. Now let's come to what are some of the benefits of Node.js. It allows you to run JavaScript for ये तो सबको ही पता है कि backend and frontend में दोनों में यूज हो जाता है, and it can be scalable, high concurrency, throughput, event driven, and non-blocking architecture. कोई anyone can explain this event driven and non-blocking architecture? Come on everyone, कोई बताओ what is event driven and non-blocking architecture, or you want me to explain? Okay, okay, okay. So I'll explain. So event driven means Node.js is event driven. जब कोई इवेंट आता है, जब कोई रिक्वेस्ट आती है नोड के ऊपर, तो वो उस पे एक्शन लेता है, तो उस पे वो कॉल बैक में कुछ भेज देता है, कुछ इवेंट लूप में भेज देता है, कुछ कहीं भेज देता है, तो उस तरीके से वो है। एंड नॉन ब्लॉकिंग आर्किटेक्चर का मतलब है कोई भी आपकी रिक्वेस्ट ब्लॉक नहीं होती है, वो सीधा इवेंट लूप में जाती है, एंड इवेंट लूप के थ्रू देयर आर अराउंड 7 क्यूज इन दैट, जो कि इवेंट लूप दोबारा रन करता है, तो उन क्यूज में से चेक करता है, इसलिए वो ब्लॉक नहीं होती। नॉन ब्लॉकिंग आर्किटेक्चर है। मैं एक चीज और बताना चाहूंगा कि एक क्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म है। आप मैक ओएस पे, विंडोज पे, आप लिनक्स पे, तीनों पे नोड को रन कर सकते हैं। वो कैसे कर सकते हैं, कोई बता सकता है? चैट में कोई बोल रहा है? ओके, ओके। So it is actually a cross-platform architecture, not just. So can anyone explain how is it cross architect platform architecture, or anyone would like to write in the chat? Okay. So let me explain. Cross cross platform means that you can run Node.js on macOS or any OS that is available in the world, because internally Node.js runs on a virtual Linux platform. When you install Node.js, it will install a virtual Linux platform as well. So that's the basics of it, and it uses C++ libuv library to basically do that. Okay, so what is event-driven and non-blocking architecture? I have explained that. So show me more example of blocking and non-blocking code in Node.js. Now come to this point. What do you mean by blocking and non-blocking code in Node.js? Blocking means, जो कि blocking everyone understand right, कि synchronous हो गया, मतलब जब तक वो execute नहीं हो, till it is not executed, then the line cannot move forward, the program cannot move forward. So Node.js is actually a asynchronous, single-threaded language, open source, but it can perform multi-threading using the help of the OS kernels, which are inbuilt inside the OS of different machines. So that is the basics. Now let's understand what is blocking and non-blocking code in Node.js. So for example, blocking, let's see this blocking code. fs dot read file synchronous. So fs is a importing fs module. Fs module is being provided by DOM libraries or Node.js libraries only. So fs dot read file synchronous, file 1, it is reading synchronously. So Node.js will wait for this time till it is done. A non-blocking code will be fs.read file, and it will pass a callback function and then do it. So basically, read file is a asynchronous function. Everyone understood up till now?
Yeah.
Great, great. So let me come to how do I wait. Let me come to this. How to handle requests in Node.js without using any framework. So this is how you can handle requests in Node.js without using any Express or Mocha or Nest framework. Okay, like requiring the HTTP, creating the server, and then passing through the method, URL, and headers and all. And see, it requires around, let's say, 50 lines or 25 to 30 lines. Okay, same thing can be done in Express in just 4 lines. See, this is these these are how do I handle different type of requests such as get, post, put, delete, etc. in Node.js without using any framework. So without using any framework, we have to write these many lines. Now coming to the point, what Express will help us. How does Express simplifies the above code? So basically, Express is the most popular framework built upon Node.js that simplifies handling request data by providing various features in middleware functions. So basically, what Express does is Express is a like jQuery. It's it exports a function. So when you require Express, it will be like here. Constant Express is equal to Express. Okay. So it exports a function. Now when you call that function here, it will give you all the functions present in the Express library. Okay, like jQuery. So app will give you all the functions present in the library. Okay. Now this is a middleware. We'll come to that later. These all are middleware. Now see, before using Express, Node.js used to use 50 to 100 lines of code for writing just this one, this. For writing just this, Node.js requires 50 to 100 lines. Okay. In Express, we can use app.post users functions and get this and return the response as well. Got it, guys? Now, so do you understand the difference between Express and Node? Everyone, I want this session to be interactive. Come on. Yes, Mayur says yes. So and everyone understood the difference, right? Now let's move on to the middleware. What is middleware? In Express, what is middleware in Express?
A middleware is a request handler with access to the
Yes.
application request response cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart from that,
Which which holds the request object as well as response object and middleware functions.
yes, correct. Very good, Sachin. So
Yes.
now let's read what ChatGPT has to say. Middleware is a term that refers to function that has access to the request and response object and can execute any code, make changes to the request and response, or end the request response cycle. I will explain all this, don't worry. Middleware functions can also call the next middleware function in the application request response cycle using the next function. So coming back to here. So everyone, be amazed. App.use. This one, this line is a middleware. This line is a middleware. In fact, this line is also a middleware. So, what is a middleware? Middleware is something which intercepts the request, can modify the request, and also return the response as well. And also, it has one special feature named as next. It is a function which, when executed, passes the request or and the response to the next available middleware or the request handler. Got it, everyone? And you can unmute yourself and can say yes, yes. Everyone, let's keep it interactive. Come on, guys.
Can you repeat it?
Yes. So middleware are something that intercepts the request and can modify the request as well. It has three parameters: request, response, and next. Request is something which comes through event loop. You understand that before that I explained, okay? So when it comes, it can change that internally and it can pass on that to the next available middleware using the next functionality which is inbuilt inside it. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So now let's see for an example. Express is this. This is a logger function made. This is a custom middleware function. What it is? It's a normal. It accepts three parameters: request, response, and next. When call next is called, calling the next middleware function. So it will call the next middleware function. Okay. So using the custom middleware function for all the requests. Now this logger, whenever it is called, see it is called here app.use logger. So this is a middleware. First of all, app.use is a middleware. Now logger also is a middleware. So it will pass on the request here. It will come here. It will pass on the request here. It will come here. Then it will come to app.get. Okay. So we can in fact like do JWT checking between before the request get to the endpoint or the logic. We can do anything with in the middleware. JWT and other examples also I can give. Like let me show you.
I had a question.
Yeah, please.
How does it know what is the next function?
See, next function is the like parameter available inside the middleware. Middleware has three parameters. One is request, one is response, and one is next. Inside middleware, when you call the next, then it will pass on the request to the next available request handler. You can say yes. Got it?
So in the same file, it goes to the next function.
Let me show you an example. More examples of custom built middlewares in Express. Now see, ChatGPT is made for us. It doesn't mean it can acquire us. See, now it is checking auth with the help of middleware. Now just see that. Let it complete. Yeah. See from here. A middleware function that checks if the request is authenticated and redirected to a login page if not. So this is what the check auth is doing. Oh my god, it's only 10 minutes left. I think I started early. So function, check auth, request, response, and next. These are three inbuilt parameters inside the middleware. Okay. Now if request.user hai, मतलब request.users exist, calling the next middleware function means C. Next is called here. Inside that callback function only, next is called. So next when gets called, it will come here. Okay. Else it will redirect back to the login. Got it, Asa?
Oh, yeah,
Hello?
understood. Thank you.
Yep. Any other question from anyone? Any other questions? Everyone, please be interactive. So let's take this another example of middleware that logs the response status code and time. Log response, request, response, and next. See, these will be always be the three what we say parameters in the middleware. Okay, let end equal to response dot end. Okay, so let's say response has a end parameter. So it is assigning that into a function, a callback function basically. Now calling the middleware here. So what it does is creating a custom, sorry, saving the original response.end method in the end. Okay, and response.end में response को modify जैसे कर सकते हैं ना हम. I said we can modify the response right in the middleware. So that is being done here. Response.end में added a function which logs the response status codes and then it calls next. So and then it uses this, which is the same log response, which is here log response. Okay. So before getting to this point, it will log the response status codes. Got it, everyone? Understood, everyone? So we have very less time remaining, like 6 minutes remaining. So if anyone has any doubts or any something that they want to ask about Node.js or React.js or Next.js, you can go on and ask me, please. Anyone, any doubts?
Hi Rachit.
Yeah, hi, man.
I have a question. So these middleware apply to all the routes or the particular routes? Is there a apply to
Well,
them?
depend upon the use case. Yeah. I got the question. So, like JWT middleware is made by me, let's say. So that should apply to all the route except the login or sign up route. Understood? Man.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
we are
protected routes.
yeah. So we are making the middleware, so it depends upon us.
Okay.
So any other doubt? Astha, Mayus, Sachin, Ritik.
No, sir.
Okay. No, no one has doubt. It was so clear then. Come on, guys. Be ready with doubts next time. Next time I will schedule this meet in the night, I think. Let's say 10 to 11, sometime like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining.